5 minutes into my walk here, and I finally found my first shed of the year, and it's a pretty decent one. Good 5-point side. Pretty decent one. Hopefully we can match them up here pretty quick. But awesome. On the board. Cool. Little dude. It's number 2 for the year for me. It's awesome. Glad I decided to come walking before we get all this snow tonight. They're calling for several inches, so had a feeling I might have been able to find one before they got all buried. So mission accomplished so far. Let's see if we can find some more. I'll have to check when I get home, but that might be the other side to that other buck that I found last week, which will be my first pair of the year. Regardless, that is awesome. Number 3 for me. Number 2 today. Well, I just got to this bedding area I really wanted to walk, and just got started here, and found one of my craziest finds ever. Check this out. I'm assuming the damn squirrels either chewed the antlers off of that deadhead, or that buck came in here to die and shed his antlers, and then the squirrels absolutely destroyed him. I mean, man, it's pretty crazy. I would have really liked to seen what that dude looked like, for sure. Hanger. And an absolute toad. Oh man. Look at that. That is cool. What a good antler. Hopefully I can match him up in this little swamp here real quick. That is so cool, man. Looks like he was ready to get it off too. Man, awesome. I want to show you real quick. It's a prime example of a south-facing slope versus a north-facing slope. As you can tell, there's barely any snow on this slope, which is a south-facing slope, and in theory, protected from the cold north winds. And as you can tell, it's heated first from the sun. So deer typically like to bed there late in the year. And it's obviously a good place to look for sheds. But you can tell the north-facing slope on the other side of the ravine here is still covered in snow. So just reiterating the south versus north-facing slopes theory, and it's just night and day right now, right here. So something to think about when you're out there doing your scouting and shed hunting. First shed of the year. I don't know how many Jake and I probably walked by this morning.
A lot.
But let's see what it is. Nope. It's a little guy. Good 5-point side though. Looks kind of fresh.
It's 5 feet in front of us and I still didn't see it.
Well, me and Chris were about to give up on this ridge. It is so hard to see sheds today. And I just happened to look over. I was following a raccoon trail. Having a look over, and it looks like a map set right in the middle of the road. Nice. There's a little 8-pointer. That was pretty fresh too. Well, out here doing a little shed hunting with the dogs, and they ran right past this one, and I don't know how I missed it. It looks like last year. It's right next to the food plot. I don't know, but it's a good shed. I really don't know who that is right off the bat. Old one. But hopefully the dogs do a little bit better on fresh ones. Well, it is a rainy, drizzly day. I was about to call it quits because it started raining a little bit harder than I wanted it to. But walking these bedding areas on these timber ridges, and I just hit the jackpot, I think. Just found a pretty good set, it looks like. The squirrels got to him a little bit already, but oh my god, look at that. Wow. This is my biggest set ever, I think. That is insane. That is the biggest set I've ever found, and I don't even know what deer this is, but I'm not gonna complain. That is awesome. Squirrels got to him a little bit, but that don't matter to me. That's an awesome find right there. Well, out here on this nice sunny day compared to the rainy day, just found a good shed, and I think it's Tatanka. Buck that shed in December. That's him. Man, squirrels did a number. Oh, man, what a deer.
All right, well, it's been a pretty long day. It's almost 3 o'clock now. I've been out here since sunrise. And I've been walking, I've been driving the four-wheeler up and down through CRPs, through bedding, walking the snowy ridges and seeing where they've all been bedding and checking beds. I came in this area and I was gonna see if I couldn't get a couple squirrels, and Chris and Jake were just in here a couple days ago, but there was more snow. I was like, it's worth it, you know, the sun baked off all this snow, and I feel like that's a good spot to look for them, is on these south-facing slopes where they can get sun. And I looked up, and the only little white piece on this hillside is a nice antler. I've been walking, I've been waiting for this moment all day. Let's go see what it is. This attempts to go not as big as it looked down there, but it'll do. I haven't got my hand on one all day. Alright, it is February 11th today. We had a lot of snow the last week on the ground, and we had some rain, and I was hoping that would melt most of it, but I got here Sunday night and there was still quite a bit of snow, but I got out, found one antler yesterday, and there's still quite a bit of snow in the timber, even though most of it's melted elsewhere. And I was just driving over to a south-facing slope that I know of over here to try and find something, and I just came across a pretty good one. It looks like a good 5-point side over here in this cornfield. And I'm hoping that it's a buck that we call Floyd, because he dropped 2 weeks ago. It looks like him. Let me turn this around. Yep, that's him. Heck yeah. The other side he broke his G2 on, but I'm pretty sure we have pictures of him recently without that one. So let's see if we can't match him up today. Pretty beautiful morning.
Brandon just found the other side of a buck we're familiar with. Looks like he broke it off earlier on, but Floyd, Max found the other side. Real nice. Passed him up during gun season about 5 yards.
keep on looking.
This timber walking all the snow-free south-facing slopes. Got me a squirrel while I was at it. Walk up, I was like, oh, there's a big old scrape right there. That's good. Hopefully there's some bucks hanging around. Walk up 10 more feet, and here's a good antler. I'm not sure who does. That's a big 5-point side. Here's how she lays. Just happened to walk the right trail. Positive that is. We got a couple massive 10s. I think this might be one that summers to the south of us. I just pulled some camera cards, and we just got pictures of him like this week or last week. I'm pretty sure that is him. He came up here to shed. It was nice of him. Thanks, dude. Nice sunshiny day. Kind of makes it difficult to shed hunt in some edges of the hills, but you just got to play it to your advantage and walk with the sun at your back and let it highlight the antlers instead of hide them. And I was just walking through some thick CRP bedding and found one that we missed last year. Good 5-point side that the squirrels have chewed up, which I'm not surprised being from last year, but that's a solid deer. I hate squirrels. Just walking some of these ridges where they've been bedding and hoping to find some, and just walked right up on one. Oh, nice. It's a little double G3 buck. I know this deer. Pretty cool. A little bloody. He's been hanging with a couple other bucks, so hopefully that there's some more around. It's good to see another one drop though. It's been a late drop this year. I've heard several guys lately been checking cameras and still seen a bunch of them packing, so good to find one. And not only that, I beat squirrels to it in the woods. All right, just walked some of that CRP, came in here walking these ridges, walking this way, and saw a couple of beautiful white pines. As of late, rubbing on that tree and popped it off. Here's a bunch of CRP looking for some beds where they've been shedding, and you can see down in our food plot here, and it's real green and growing. I'll go down there and check it out. Saw a squirrel take off just busting the ass across there, and he's been chewing on that little antler right there. It's a pretty nice antler. This is one that I found the other side to probably a couple weeks ago. I don't know how long it's been sitting here, but we were out here, what, a week and a half ago? And I'm not sure that we ever walked this food plot. Wish we would have, because damn squirrels beat me to it.
All right, I've been walking and cruising a bunch of south-facing slopes. Haven't really found much, but actually I haven't found anything yet today. But I just found my first one. Oh, dang, squirrels beat us to it. Man. Not finding nearly as many as we should be. I think a lot are still holding. So I'm out here shed hunting with Sydney on her family's farm, and she's found a good 8-point side. Fine, Sid.
I found a antler.
It's a nice one.
It was just chilling right
G2.
here.
This one looks like it's been sitting here a while. It's not as big as yours.
Hey, I found one.
Oh, I was saving this spot. Is it the other side?
Huh?
Is it the other side? Nah, maybe. Don't think. We're up to. Oh, they look like they've been sitting there a while. All right, Sydney and I are out walking. I just spotted a good antler, it looks like. Dang, it's a fatty. Oh, I know what deer this is. Sweet. This is a big one that was hanging out on Hayden's and showed up on our place a little bit in late season. But he is one that we're hoping to find. And Sydney spotted a stud. I know what deer that is. And I got pictures of him not too long ago. And he is going to be a stud. I think he's only probably about 3 years old this year, but. Picking up another one.
Number 2.
Let's see it. 8-point side. Well, this doesn't happen very often. Just parked the 4-wheeler and I've already spotted what looks to be like a match set and it looks awesome. So we're gonna go check it out. Oh yeah. That is awesome. Untouched. Woo! Look at these. I have no idea what deer this is, but these are not chewed up, split G2s. This is an awesome set. And I spotted it for a ways away. What a beauty.
All right, we are on the board. I'm just overlooking this glassing, this mowed set aside. I just came out of this little wood line here behind me, and sure enough, I spotted an antler about 50, 60 yards out from where I was standing. Let's go have a look at it. Not a bad shed. Not terrible. What do you think?
Wow!
You want to look at the new ground?
Yeah! Timber's excited.
There you go, Kenzie. You ready to go? Come here, I want to show you something. Come here. Look what that is. Do you see it? Do you see it laying on the ground? Do you see it? See it? Come on. Go pick it up. Hey, look. See it? Do you see it? Look.
If you see that, look at that deer antler.
Look at the deer antler.
It's right up here.
Look at it. Can you pick it up and show it to Dad? Wow. Let's see it. What do you got? You got a deer antler? She's like, yeah, I'm done. Well, that just sucks. This isn't the way I wanted to start my day. Walking inside the timber here, and I could see something on this ridge sticking up, white, and thought it was a buck, and sure enough it is. Unfortunately, it's not shed antlers. It's a dead buck. I'm guessing the neighbor shot him at some point, because we're nowhere close to water right now, so
Let's take a look at them here and see what we got. I don't know where the rest of his body's at, but let's check it out. He wasn't a bad young buck. Now I can't say for sure if a neighbor did or did not shoot him, but regardless, he's dead and he's not next to water, so I doubt he died of EHD or anything like that. But this goes to show, as an example, if a neighbor did shoot him, and I have no idea if one did or not, and I get along with most of my neighbors, but it just brings me to a point, you know, it's imperative to get along with your neighbors, because if you shoot a deer, you want to do the right thing and be able to retrieve that deer. You know, if it goes on your neighbor's property, you want your neighbors to get along with you to where they'll allow you to go get that deer, and vice versa. You let them come on your property and get the deer if they shoot a deer. It's just the right thing to do from an ethical standpoint. Well, I'm walking the spot here where I filmed a few nice bucks in November, and I believe I just found my first match set of the year. Let's go see who it is. I think I might already know. Yep, that's him. Yes. Look how beautiful this is. Man, they are hard to see. Very hard to see. That's it. I'll take it. A couple nice sheds. Love it when they're side by side like that. Can't beat that.
Daddy, look.
We got one, huh, kid?
One, huh? How cool.
I think we know that buck.
Yep. The little horn.
Yeah. Here, show it to the camera. Stick it out here. Yeah, buddy. Good find. See if we can find some more. All right, I just found another good one up here in Michigan. My wife's getting ready to walk down this path. I want to see if she can see it or not.
Mom, I found your horn. Daddy, oh my gosh.
That was buried. That's a good one. That's an old one.
I found it. High five, Bubby. Good job.
That is a good one. I'll have to look back a couple years ago and see if we find that deer. That's probably 4 or 5 years ago. Huh.
Yeah. Well, because you didn't pick it up, that means you didn't find it.
Shannon pulled that one out, but that thing looks like it's had to have been there 3 or 4 years, so I'll have to look way back and match that one up. I got an idea of which one it is, but I'll have to pull up some pictures just to be sure. But man, that's always fun finding them like that. That thing was buried.